Okay, I thought I'd take a few minutes and go through on showing how to take Too Tall Toby's drawing here of his smoothie shaker and demonstrate how I would model this up. I'm going to be using Alibre Design Expert, and I'll also show a couple of techniques that will be available for Atom users which don't have the tools that Expert or Pro have. So let me get started here. I'll first of all show creating this inner portion here and the outer ring, and then we'll get into creating these ribs or fins in here that are in kind of odd way they line up with the outer and inner portions. So let me start out. We'll get started on the XY plane, and I'm going to start this with a rectangle and come off off the origin, and I'll key in the values here of 21.5 for the width, and the height is 65, and then I'm going to include put a radius on here, but I'm going to do a revolve for these first two sections or parts for the inner and outer ring. So I'm also going to include a line for the outer ring, so we'll make that even on the bottom, and that outer ring is 40 high, and I'm going to dimension this to the inside radius of 112 divided by 2, and I'll demonstrate why that's the case in a moment here with the thin revolve. Next I'm going to do is come up here and grab my fillet tool, and I'm going to do this at 21.5 for the outer radius of the center. So I'm going to grab these two lines and okay that. So now I've got my radius in here, and now these two lines, I'll change them to reference figures. And now I'm going to go up in my model tool, model ribbon, go to my revolve, click on the drop down and select thin revolve and select my axis, and then key in my thickness here at 4 millimeters. Now if you notice something, this grew the material thickness to the inside of the sketch line. So if I hit OK here and click on the outside, now that's let me check this one more time. So 364 millimeters. Yeah, this is kind of odd. Once in a while what will happen here is that this will let me get my dimensions straightened out here, and I'll change this to 60 and rebuild. So now I've got 120, 112, and then the outer is 43. So okay, so sometimes what happens with a thin revolve is that the thickness will grow on opposite sides of your two sketches if they're detached sketch like I have here, and sometimes you have to double check your dimensions on your part to make sure you got it going in the right direction, then adjust your sketch. So with that said, now let me the next thing I'm going to do is make those cuts on the center portion, and looking at the top view there, it looks like it's cutting off going right to left, so I'll rotate here, and I'm going to start a sketch on this YZ plane. So draw another rectangle, and here I'm going to make this even with the origin, and from the origin the total width is 25, so I'm going to do 12.5 for the width, and then the height is going to be 30 from the top, so I'll dimension 30 from the top of the center, And now I'll do a extrude cut, and I'll do a mid plane, and I'll just drag this out so that it's cutting through the whole part. And then I'll mirror that. So find my mirror, grab the feature, and then mirror that. Okay, so now I've got that cut. So now that's reflective of the top view except for the fins. So if we take a look at our top view, our cut is going left to right. And now we can go ahead and start our fins. I'm going to start the fins on the same plane as the cut so that I can get it on the line of symmetry. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on here, and I'm going to insert a precise section view and hit reverse so I get a view that I'm looking into it. So now here I'm going to draw in my fins. So I'll start a sketch on the YZ. And the first thing I'm going to do is put in a couple of rectangles. One over here and one over here. And those I'm going to connect with lines for the top and bottom of the fin. So one there on the top and one here on the bottom. Okay, and now I'm going to dimension from this point to there, and that's going to be 2 millimeters. And then from this line to the bottom line, 2 millimeters, and again on this side to the inside, 2 millimeters, and on the bottom to the inside bottom, 2 millimeters. Now I'm going to align these endpoints to the reference points on that were projected on, and then this one it'll be onto the outside one, vertical. So now the next thing I'm going to do is select these inner lines and convert those to reference geometry. And now these outside parts of the rectangles, I'm going to dimension those at 2 so that they end up inside the body of the part. And the reason you want to go inside the body, because if you just extrude this to the width, it's going to leave a gap between the end of your fin and the concave of the part. On this inner part, it's going to be more evident than on the outer one, because here it's going to go into the part. Here it's going to be pulling away from the part. So now I can go in and do an extrude, go mid-plane, and the fins are 2 millimeters thick, so I'll do a mid-plane 2 millimeters and hit OK. And then the last thing it's going to do is a circular pattern. And there's 8 of them. And then we turn off our views, and there's your part. So the last thing you do here now is going to be material. So we see we got to add ABS material, and let's check our physical properties, and we have 101 on there, and I believe that was what the mass of this part was. So that's how you would do it in Alibre using the thin revolve. So the fins are going to be the same process, but let me just back up here a little bit. Get up here to this revolve, and I'm going to edit this. Actually, I'm going to end up deleting that revolve, but if you don't have thin extrude or any of the thin features, the thing you do is you create this profile and then use your offset. And we're going to offset some lines here at 4 millimeters. So we'll grab this line and this line and okay that. And then let's put some lines on here to cap these features. Draw a short line there and a short line here. And if you want, you can throw a dimension on here too at 4, just to fully constrain that. And we'll throw a constraint. And let's see, maybe tangent will work here. Nope, it's not going to like that. Okay, and then on this side, get my line and finish this off. So this is going to be vertical. Let me see if I get a horizontal here. Now it's going to start doing this business of being over constrained. So let me do this here. We'll just get rid of that, and we'll just do a rectangle here. And here it's going to be 4 millimeters thick and 40 high. And then we'll dimension this from the center at 60. And then get out of the sketch, and we'll delete the thin revolve, and we'll just do a standard revolve. Grab our sketch, get our axis, and okay that. And then the rest of it's the same as using, creating the fins and everything else in here. So anyway, it's kind of a kludgy looking video, but that's how I would attack doing this part. So hope this helps you out.